How y'all doing, everybody? It's your boy Tom Skip, back at you with another one. You know what I'm saying? Back at you with more dialect on what dance is about. You know, the history of it, and how it's utilized and popularized currently today. You know, dance originated, like I stated in my last video, around around Roman and Greek times. Dance was used as a style and a discipline to learn martial arts. Now, around slavery time, we're not talking about when black people were enslaved, not just when black people, but you know, when there was slavery all around the world, people adapted dance as a martial art mechanism. Was a way to, like I said, a way to learn martial arts. So they would do these awkward movements, and it will be disguised as learning martial arts, and people didn't understand that at the time. They didn't get it. They thought it was just amusing to watch, and something theatrical to see. Now, at the time, of course, you didn't have the type of theatrics at the time. You didn't have water parks. You didn't have, movie theaters, bowling alleys. You didn't have all these things to go out and do and have fun in. So they needed to find ways to entertain themselves and the people. And over time, it grew. At one period, they threw away the art of dance because they discovered that people were using it as martial arts defense mechanisms to protect themselves from enemies or from being enslaved. It later progressed and was brought back because it actually was a theatrical thing. It actually was something of substance to watch. It was beautiful to watch. They love the energy behind dance. They love the movements, the timing, the storytelling behind dance. And it became such a big thing to where it is today now. Today people use it so much in their TikToks and they use it so much in Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and it's become a trendy thing to self-identify yourself as. Now you got big artists today like the La Twins and Nonstop and your Fictions of the world, Kid of the Greats and Papa John and so many different great artists now. They kind of honed dance in a way and created it in their own type of way, made their own type of style into it. Now, for those of y'all that did not see my last video, I'm a mime dancer. So I mime. That's my base of what I like to do and what I like to display to the people. Why I choose mime is because mime is a type of dance that is a theatrical. It's more so, it's the most theatrical out of all the forms of dance. It brings out more storytelling than just cool moves, or you would call it cool moves to do, and just more so not on the choreography side. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with choreography, because learning choreography actually helps you have a good base to you. What I mean by good base is learning good timing, having spot on timing with the beat, and with the music, and flowing the correct way. But now there is a difference between just doing choreography and then honing it as your own. And you kind of can tell who does choreography because it's so much step related, right? Versus you just free going and free flowing to the music. I chose mine because, like I said, it's more theatrical and it's more so storytelling. I like telling stories when I dance. And that's very prominent to the videos that I do put out. I don't stick with just one genre of music. I try to dance to multiple genres of music just to stand out and kind of be outsider. I try to step outside the norm of the realm of dancing, whether instead of just taking dancing with a grain of salt and only adapting to what everybody else is doing. So I'll have some people say, what are you doing? Is that even dancing? Or it's almost like how rappers rap or singers sing, in a spoken word type of sense. People will say, oh, well, you're just kind of talk singing, or you're kind of just talk rapping. It's almost like in that type of realm. But like I said, I don't just mime. I incorporate different styles of dance, and I set my base as mime. So what styles I incorporate in? I incorporate ballet, salsa. I incorporate hip hop, krump, tutting, pop locking, break dancing. I try to incorporate all different forms of dance. So when people see my videos, they say, "Oh, wow, you can do this, you can do that. You're really owning the stage." The key factor of dancing, though, is owning the stage. You have to own the stage. You have to get on stage or on a platform and take up the whole stage through storytelling. Now it's fine, dancing in one spot. It's fine, learning your base, and taking the time to have great timing, great footwork, great movement and energy. But when it comes to performing, especially if you want to put out videos, pushing yourself to say, hey, this is what I want to do. I love dancing, and this is a part of me. You want to incorporate any and everything that you've learned and then some. Almost like you're freestyling instead of just doing choreography. So that's a little bit about me again. And shit, if you want to learn some other shit, I'll be happy to drop another video. I will be dropping another video soon, explaining the hardships of trying to make it as a dancer. And what I mean by make it is, trying to flourish as a dancer, as an art or an artist, and the challenges of, being viewed and watched. Sometimes you can put your all into creating your videos and making your videos and practicing your steps and practicing your moves, and people are only going to watch 20 seconds of your video. And it could be very discouraging to some people. But one thing for sure, you want to do it for the love of it. You don't want to do it just because you want eyes to watch you. You know, you want to do it because you love doing it. And this is who you are as a person. You know, this is who you are and what you love to do. All right, I'm gonna end this video now because there's a lot of traffic going on, but hey, stay tuned for the next one. Tom's get about, dog. Yeah.